Hello and welcome to Train Sim TV. In this little update development blog video for the Cumbrian Coast version 2, may I add, we're going to be showing you a small section of the recently completed section between Millom and Silecroft. The project began work in January of 2023 and we are now just at the beginning of May, so yeah, on the day of this recording, May the 1st. So for about 1 day a week, all the way through since sort of mid-January, progression has been made on the Cumbrian Coast Route. So that meant that we had about a year of no work on the route as such. During the year of us not being active on the route, we spent most of the time actually creating scenarios from the on-track simulation website on all manners of routes, not just the Cumbrian Coast Route, but there was quite a number of route, scenarios for this route made as well after the release. But again, other scenarios, as you will know, and if you follow us, you'll have seen all sorts of manners of scenarios that we've been creating. But after that year now, I thought we need to sort of get this route back on track, and people have been asking and asking and asking, when are we going to continue it, what we're going to do next. So I thought, thinking logically, the next sort of stage where we will need to go to with this route would be to Sellafield, which is about 18 miles from Millom. So currently, as it stands, we've got now 3 miles of additional route actually just about complete from Millom to Silecroft. The next section of the route will feature between Silecroft and Bootle, which is about 5 miles, but the section on that route side of things is pretty simple. It's mainly fields and little small villages along the way, and probably actually smaller settlements than what we've actually had to do on this section of the route. And there's not been a massive amount of populated areas as such, but the main part being in this sort of area we're at now, which is the area of Kirksanton. This is probably about the halfway point between Millom and Silecroft. As you can see, even though it's not a massive area as such, there's still quite a bit going on. A nice little detailed village. Lots of bits and pieces to go have a look around at. There's a park just gone by there. Got all the decorated gardens as well. Even down to areas such as bus stops as well. It's worth just having a little look around when you go past here. But yeah, a lot of work has gone into this section of route, and it might seem like we've dawdled over the last 4 and a bit months on this section of the route, but we wanted to make sure we kept the detail there continuing on from version 1, and we'll continue to keep that detail up and all the way throughout the section of version 2. No set timescale on this as such either. It's going to be done when it's done. At the end of the day, we are very busy. I mean, when I say we, it's myself that's doing the scenery work on this. There was potential hope that maybe Lewis, that worked on the Harrogate Loop and the Midland Railway Centre, may be able to assist at some point, but at the moment, as it stands, he's currently again rather busy with his work stuff, so he's had to step away. He was going to assist, but at the moment, he's, as I say, he's stepped back just for now. It may change again in the future, but at the moment, it's just myself working on this, so I'm just literally plodding along as and when I can, in between the day-to-day job. As you know, I am a route builder, and I do that in Train Sim World these days, with just trains. So by the time I finish my day-to-day job, I don't have as much time to sit on Train Sim Classic as I once used to. So I literally try and do at least 1 day a week where I can, and I usually sort of class that as on a Sunday. And we do try and do a stream as well, so we have actually done quite a few streams on version 2 so far. A couple of weeks I've not actually touched the route. I've only just gone back to the route today and just finished off a little bit of terrain paint on this section, which finished it off. The only bit that needs doing now is the sort of bit of finer clutter just around Silecroft, and there's not much of that either, to be honest. Most of it's done. It's just a bit more that needed to be put down on some of the gardens. So what does version 2 mean? Well, version 2 means 18 miles of new scenery will come for the route. It'll also mean that, unfortunately, any scenarios that you may well have created for version 1 will be kind of broken. Not massively broken, it'll just be the small section around on the curve at Millom where the portals were. Very easy to fix these scenarios, and we have already fixed the base scenarios for the route. It just means you've just got to go into the editor and move the trains back onto the track, as that curve was relayed with super elevation and easements. So literally, if you've made any scenarios, you just need to go back in and just put the trains back on the track, and you're good to go again. All the portals are exactly the same name. On top of that, the track has been relayed from Millom all the way up to Braystones. So I say Sellafield is the actual core endpoint for this section, but sort of technically it's actually going to go as far as Braystones, just a little bit further beyond to the next station after there. The track was relayed by Sean Gregory, who you may well know of as SG Simulations, also known as for bringing the upcoming East Coast Mainline BR Blue 1980s era routes, which you may have seen on our stream. There will be videos to come of that as well down the line in the near future when that comes to be released. But he has very kindly relayed the track up on that way for me, and it is a lot better than it was. It was in a bit of a poor state, to be quite honest, when I attempted to do it myself. And I'm not going to butter it up here. It was awful. It was very janky. So massive thanks to Sean for sorting that out for us. But moving forward, what we're going to do is we're going to try and do development blogs every so often with the routes. I'm not overly sure how often they'll be, but mainly it'll probably when we sort of get to each station. So when we reach another station, that essentially is a milestone. So when we hit that milestone, we'll come back and revisit the section that's been built, and we'll do a new development video, and we can show that section off in full. A bit like what we're doing now. So what we're doing, as you can see, we're flicking through. We've got a new scene on each time, and I'd say I'm talking you through things, what's going on. And as you can see, just in the distance, that is Millom. We're at Haverig level crossing here. So literally on that curve just beyond in the distance takes you into Millom Station. And what we're going to do in a second, we're going to drive the new section up to Millom Station as well, just so you guys can see what it's like driving from the actual loco itself. And when I say loco, we're actually driving from DVT, so it's going to be sort of a I think we're doing a heads out view, but DBSO, sorry, not the DVT. Totally wrong, ignore me there, apologies. But no, yeah, we're going to probably do a heads out view on that one, because there's no cab in that rolling stock sadly at the moment. Hopefully one day we may see a cab. I'm praying, I really am praying, because this route is crying for it. But there we go. So that in a nutshell is what's going on. We'll get into the train, we'll have a quick drive through. This wasn't going to be a massive video, and I didn't want to long-wind it. I just wanted to sort of give you the facts and the key features, what's going on, a quick drive, and you know the stuff happening. And also because I can't talk loads because I've got a really, really sore throat, so I'm trying to keep it really short and simple without croaking my voice any more than what it really is. So let's go and get in the train, and we'll take the set for a little spin down to Millom, just again so you can see what's going on in general. thank you for joining us for this short in-development preview for the Cumbrian Coast version 2. Thank you once again. We'll catch you very soon for the next video. Don't forget like, share and subscribe. Catch us on Twitch at twitch.tv/trainsim_TV on Fridays and Sundays. Again, don't forget, hit your notification bell on YouTube also for future videos from ourselves. But thank you for the support as always, guys, and we will see you very soon. Bye for now.